Hi everyone, welcome to End of the World Weekly. Let me tell you how this show works. I'm Newsbot 29,000. I'm a robot from the post-apocalyptic future. I've been programmed to send these broadcasts into the past in hopes that you Earth humans can avoid all the calamities that led to the end of the world. Okay, got it? Good. So let me tell you about some of your current events and how they spiral out of control and bring about the apocalypse. Last Sunday was the Super Bowl, where some football players played football and others did not. During the broadcast, Budweiser aired a pro-immigration commercial depicting the origins of the beer maker. The advertisement infuriated right-wing snowflakes who called for a boycott of the king of beers, swearing to only drink Bud Light from that day forward. Monday was Queen Elizabeth II's Sapphire Jubilee, marking her 65th year on the British throne. Great Britain celebrated the occasion with a traditional 41-gun royal salute at Green Park in London, a 62-gun salute at the Tower of London, a 2014 photograph of the Queen wearing sapphire jewelry was published, and a stamp marking her ascension to the throne was issued by the Royal Mail. The Queen celebrated the occasion by being extremely old. In a lawsuit filed on Monday, First Lady Melania Trump tried her best to conceal the fact that she had big plans to use her new status to make some serious cash. The filing stated she had the unique, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, as an extremely famous and well-known person, to launch a broad-based commercial brand, stopping just short of saying that she had a line of not First Lady jewelry, clothes, and cosmetics already in the works, which was actually extremely illegal, exactly why her filing was worded the way it was. What, did she think you guys were all dummies? Couldn't read between the lines? Tuesday morning, Obama posted pictures of his post-president kite-surfing adventure with Richard Branson in the Virgin Islands. The internet loved the photos so much that the two teamed up for a new reality show on Fox that followed the former president and the founder of Virgin, along with their dim-witted sidekick, on their adventures around the globe solving mysteries called Oboe and the Bronze, Renegades for Hire. And that leads us to our Alternative Facts of the Week segment. Let's get started. Alternative fact number 1. Just like Qin Shi Huang, first emperor of China, Trump took to drinking mercury this week in preparation for building a wall similar to the Great Wall Wang had built. Alternative fact number 2. An Atlanta-based Black Flag operation was foiled when Sean Spicer accidentally kept mentioning the attack before it took place. Alternative fact number 3. The amount of urine content in all DC restaurants skyrocketed after Trump took office, just in case any food was being prepared for the new president. Alternative fact number 4. Manhattan police continued to be paragons of virtue and were not using illegal license plate covers to hide their plate numbers from speeding and toll cameras. Alternative fact number 5. Neo-Nazis scored a big win on Friday when Shia LaBeouf's live-streaming performance art piece was shuttered by the Museum of the Moving Image. The museum claimed it was shut down due to safety concerns, and not because a large donation of 1930s and 40s art pieces were suddenly donated to the organization by this man. That does it for this segment of Alternative Facts of the Week. If you have any alternative facts you'd like to hear on the show, just leave them in the comments and I'll put them up next week. A mother claimed a daycare worker breastfed her son without consent on Tuesday. The claim was made all the more alarming because the child was lactose intolerant and had to be rushed to the hospital. The daycare worker lost her job over the incident, but was quickly hired by this guy. Hundreds of whales died Wednesday night on a beach in New Zealand. The enormous mammals had heard the local pirate legends and believed that if they all worked together, they would be able to dig up lots of buried treasure. When the tide went out the next morning, it stranded the whales on the beach, causing 3/4 of the pod to die. The remaining whales returned the next night with their shovels and flashlights, determined not to let their friends and family have died in vain. But they too were stranded on the beach and died once the tide went out again. All of their hard work did pay off for the local town, though. Rescuers stumbled upon the treasure chest the whales were searching for, and a new level of prosperity engulfed the city. In honor of the whales' sacrifices, the small town renamed itself to Smelly Dead Whalington. Kellyanne Conway told people to buy clothes from Ivanka Trump's fashion line on Fox and Friends early Thursday morning. The endorsement came after retailer Nordstrom announced they would no longer carry Ivanka's label because of declining sales. When President Trump saw this announcement, he threw a hissy fit on Twitter, and without consulting the Donald, Conway thought that she could gain even more favor with the president by going to bat for his family. In public, the Trump administration disavowed her statements and said she was being counseled, but in private, Trump gave her a little present called Rhode Island. It's the middle of February, and millions of Americans finally hung up the towel on their New Year's resolutions. Who could possibly eat right or stay in shape after Taco Bell released a taco where the meat was the shell? Reports that Michael Flynn spoke with Russian ambassadors before being appointed Trump's national security advisor gained traction this week. Flynn reportedly reached out to Russia after Obama set new sanctions against the Kremlin in the wake of all the election hacking they were responsible for. Flynn denied the accusations for months, and even Vice President-elect Mike Pence spoke up for him in January, saying that Flynn did talk with Russia's U.S. ambassador, but only to wish him a Merry Christmas. But it turns out the entire Trump administration had coordinated a lie in an effort to save Flynn any embarrassment, because Flynn actually called Russia to request some controversial pills that weren't allowed in America at the time. You see, Flynn wasn't able to poop out of his butt. All his shit came out of his mouth, and he was hoping to get a hold of some black market Russian medicine to correct the problem, and maybe disperse some to the rest of the Trump administration as well. This week, rumors swirled that Russia was considering sending Edward Snowden back to the U.S. to curry favor with Trump. Along with the prolific leaker, Putin also wanted to send a few gifts to Trump, including Russian vodka, cigarettes, and 2 jars of Moscow mist, urine collected from only the most elegant Russian prostitutes. Well, that does it for this episode of End of the World Weekly. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We also have a Twitter. You can follow us there. Any comments left here or on the Twitter feed will be posted in the bottom scrolling text of next week's episode. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you again next week. Bye!
Delicious.